on the computer doing some work, specifically video editing. And I did a bunch of research, pumped some video into iMovie, and I proceeded to edit for I think 4 straight hours. It wasn't much content at the moment, it's like a 7-minute long video, but I was really proud of it at the time. The computer was getting a little low on batteries, so I plugged it in, I kept editing for like 10-20 more minutes, at which point I noticed my computer wasn't charging. Maybe it's unplugged a little bit. So I went to unplug it and then immediately burned my hand. Clearly something was wrong. So the first thing I checked after the charger had cooled down was the battery life of the computer. To which the computer went and told me, hey, the battery kind of sucks on me. And I didn't know what this meant at the time, so what I feel very reasonably assumed was that I had somehow, with the hot charger, given the computer like terminal battery damage, and it was going to shut down within minutes. So what I did was immediately turned off the computer as fast as I could, keep it unplugged from the charger because that had already caused enough damage as is, thank you, and told my sibling what had happened so that no one else would accidentally use the computer. The next day, they had told my dad, and the first thing my dad told me upon me going, hey, the thing broke, was that apparently editing programs take a lot of charge. I assumed that they just worked like a normal thing. The thing was that the extra processing power had made the computer kind of hot, so it wasn't at risk of breaking. It was just kind of old. The battery wasn't working quite as well. It wasn't saying your battery is going to die immediately. I didn't know that. I just assumed that I was going to just remake the entire video because I didn't know if I had lost my footage, and I don't think you can transfer iMovie files to Windows machines. But yeah, my dad did a little check on the battery, and it turns out that what had happened was that the charger was dirty. And because the charger was dirty, the computer had decided that it was a good time to go, oh, I'm a short out. And it just couldn't make a connection, so the electricity went and burned the charger. I did muck up the computer a little, but not badly enough for it to be a serious issue. Which, good thing, I suppose. I am so glad the issue is fixed. I don't know how I didn't know that iMovie was computer intensive. That computer's been through so much. It's had liquids poured on it twice. It's had children's grimy hands on it. It's a victim of everything goes wrong disease, hence why it got backed up. My general hope with the video, though, is that, I don't know, people will like it. All 5 to 9 of my subscribers, depending on which channel you count, shall enjoy my video and be like, oh yeah, good video. And then they'll swap over to something else.